Who was Jesus? I mean, really, a lot of people think he was a good teacher, but that can't be true. It's impossible. You see, Jesus claimed to have the ability to forgive sins. And that claim does not come lightly. Specifically in the context of where he lived and the culture he was in, around the Jewish people, he was making himself out to be equal with God. That's a bold claim, and it leaves us with 4 options. I'm going to use C.S. Lewis's trilemma, but I'm going to add a 4th option on there that I've heard. The first option is that he was a liar, saying that he had some kind of motivation to call himself or put himself at equal authority with God. And I don't see that being a feasible option, because he didn't gain any power, any money, any status. He was persecuted, lived his entire life as a servant, and ultimately, that was one of the big things that led to his death. Secondly, we have the lunatic option, which says that he was just a crazy man. He truly believed he was God, but he was just wrong. A couple issues with that are, well, how do you get something like the Sermon on the Mount? Go read that and see how can a lunatic come up with such a profound moral teaching. I mean, that was a lot of the things said in there were not normal in culture like they are today. And you also have all of the miracle claims, which just tries to sweep under the rug. But there's too many to just sweep under a rug. You can disagree with them, but they're a big enough part of history to where we can't take them lightly. Not only have Christians believed the miracles, and we have the gospel accounts of the miracles, which are a form of history, whether you think it's accurate or not, but we also have sources of Jesus' miracles outside of the Bible. And by that, I mean there's Jewish historians who did not affirm Jesus' divinity, but they did affirm that there were miracles that happened. But they just said it was by the power of witchcraft or some kind of false god. Your next option is the legend myth. And like I just said, there's Jewish historians from the 1st and 2nd century who affirm that Jesus was believed to be a real person. The earliest writings we have physical copies of were still written within 40 or 50 years of Jesus' death. There would have still been eyewitnesses alive for that. And we have very early martyrs who are recorded in history, dying for the fact that they believed Jesus was a real person. There are very few scholars who actually give that argument any weight, who actually consider that as a real possibility. And the 4th and final option that we're left with is that he is exactly who he said he is. And that's Lord, that's God. See, you can reject Jesus, but you cannot dismiss him. So go love your neighbor, love God, repent, believe in the good news, and God bless.